Hey guys and gals, this is Sonic Arrow taking a look at the Tier 9 Russian heavy tank, the IS-8. On the tech tree, getting to this vehicle requires you to make the decision to split off to the KV-1S instead of the T-150 from the KV-1. That's located here. There is no other split from one heavy line to the other, with the obvious exception of the KV-2 going to the T-150. The important ones don't really go in interchange with each other. Don't worry though, the KV-1 is a fun tank to play, and it's not too much experience to research both tanks and then see which one you like from there. I'll tell you now, the IS-8 is not on my preferred list of tanks to play, but let me tell you a few things I do like about the IS-8. And the first thing would probably be the cannon, the 122mm M62T2 cannon that has 258mm of penetration, with regular armor-piercing rounds and a massive 340mm of premium heat penetration. Rarely do you have to resort to the premium rounds to penetrate tanks frontally. The damage is completely average at 440, which can give you rolls of 330 to 550, so sometimes it's not so great, and sometimes it's pretty good. And that's how I feel about it anyway. The rate of fire is 4.88 rounds per minute, and with a 100% crew it goes up to about 5 rounds per minute. And then you add on the gun rammer, and right now it says 5.652 rounds per minute, so it's not too bad. A familiar 0.38 accuracy and a 2.9 second aiming time, for me anyway, coming from the IS-75. It's got the same aiming time and same accuracy as the IS-75, so it's not too bad. The other pro of this tank is its speed, which, does it tell me anywhere here? There we go. Its speed, a 750 horsepower engine pushes about 51 tons to a maximum top speed of 50 kilometers per hour, but it's more like 38 kilometers per hour on flat terrain. It does say 15 kilometers per hour in reverse, and I don't really reverse too much in the IS-8, so I'm not too sure about that, but that sounds about right anyway. Good forward speed with a below average hull traverse of 30 degrees per second, and that's not too good actually, especially when you think about the speed you get on the IS-8. You can get into trouble as you arrive to your preferred location with no support from other heavy tanks because they're still trying to make their way over. The IS-8 does perform adequately supporting medium tanks, especially the slower ones, such as a Centurion 7/1. And if you go on the medium flanks, obviously, a lot of players don't expect a heavy tank to show up there, and having 1,800 hit points does give you some advantages when battling other mediums, especially when they're not expecting you there. This tank does share some similarities with the FCM-50T, but it trades maneuverability for a bigger cannon, and that's what I think about it. So when I play an FCM or an IS-8, I usually do the same amount of things, but the IS-8 kind of feels sluggish when you're doing that. Now, for what most people consider the worst part of the IS-8, it's armor. Coming from the IS-3, you will find the armor lacking. So if we take a look, the turret armor, actually let's take a look at the IS-3's turret armor, because that's, alright, if we take a look at the IS-3, the turret armor is 249mm on the front, 172 on the side, and 100mm on the back. And then you go to the IS-8, and it goes down to 201mm on the front, 148mm on the side, and 50 on the back. So it's not that great. The hull armor isn't much better. Back to the IS-3, if I can... Doesn't really show the hull armor here, but the hull armor, as stated in World of Tanks, is 110mm on the front, 90mm on the side, and 60 at the rear, to 120mm on the front, 80 on the side and 60 at the back. At tier 9 you will be facing off against tanks that will have enough penetration to go through the front of the hull with ease. As you can see in Tank Inspector, this is pretty much the thickest part. Sorry, not the thickest part. This would be the thickest part of the armor if you are facing an IS-8 that's properly utilizing its pike nose. So from the side it's actually quite hard. Here is about 269, 270 from the side, but going closer to the center, most tanks tier 8 and above will be able to penetrate the IS-8. And of course the lower plate is gigantic and it's not that well armored. There is, if we take a closer look right here, this little strip over here right underneath the driver's hatch is an auto bounce zone for 122mm cannons, and then the driver's hatch goes and drops down to 88mm, well, 90 to 88, something like that, and it's actually quite easy to penetrate an IS-8. The IS-3 does not have this vulnerability on the lower plate. As you can see from the front, you're not going to be able to penetrate the lower plate unless you're firing from below the IS-3. And of course it doesn't have much armor here, but that's about the same. And then there's the ricochet zone here, right below the driver's hatch. And in fact, the driver's hatch on the IS-3 is also a ricochet zone. So you are losing quite a bit of armor going to the IS-8 on the hull. The turret armor, it's about the same. You can see here it's quite thick near the front, and then off to the side it becomes a ricochet zone, so there's really only a little bit of an area where you can shoot at. But if you are in a taller tank, let's say a little bit there, you can see the top of the turret is just as weak on the IS-8 as it was on the IS-3. Also the commander's hatch, well, the hatches above are weak points. And basically the roof of the turret is extremely weak, and you'll be able to overmatch it and just go straight through there if you need to. Now, we can look at the armor profile here. That's what it looks like. But right here is a strip of spaced armor on the side, and that does obviously give you more armor, but it's not that great when you are showing your side to the enemy. As you can see, it's 99 over here, and then it goes to 263, so it can eat shots, but it's not that large. People can just shoot above here or into your turret, which is actually quite weak as well. And that's one of the problems with the IS-8. Really all the IS series tanks, the side armor isn't that great, but it does have some ability to absorb shots. If we take a look at the IS-3, I'm really going back and forth between the IS-3 and the IS-8. The IS-3 does have a huge slab of spaced armor here, and a little bit of weak point over here between the tracks. Also here as well. But these are actually quite hard targets to hit. IS-8 loses some spaced armor. It doesn't have any gaps in the tracks. And there's still the same bit between the tracks and the rest of the tank over there. Now, going around corners is just as difficult as it was in the IS-3 because the pike nose does work against you as you unangle it when you go around a corner. Let's say you're going around a corner like so. They can shoot through here. It's actually weaker right now, but if you can bait a shot, you can sometimes get the enemy to fire into this side of the tank because they're expecting you to go all the way out, and then you reverse just in time. It's not that easy to do, however. And of course you can get hit in the tracks right here and get tracked out in the open and promptly die. Lower plate does have some ricochet ability right here when going around a corner, but it is negated because they can just fire right here, and this part goes out, well, it protrudes from the wall earlier than the rest of the tank. So your best bet is to going around a corner by side scraping. So if you're side scraping, we can see obviously this side is weak, but the rest of the tank has a huge amount of armor. Ricochet, auto bounce zones, and just a lot of armor around here. So you might want to, if we look at the crosshairs on, well, the mouse really, the vertical line, this is about how much you want to expose your tank, and hopefully the enemy will take the shot thinking that it goes through your weak side armor. And then you reverse a little bit more. If you can get your cannon around, there we go. And then you reverse a little bit around and then let loose a shot from your monstrous cannon. And try to get back into cover and cover up this this bit of extremely weak armor. Now the equipment I use would be the vertical stabilizer, enhanced gun lane drive, which is, well, here as you can see, and the rammer I use for every tank that can equip it. The other two, the enhanced gun lane drive and the vertical stabilizer, is to help with aim time, because the IS-8 cannot stay out in the open aiming for as long as other heavy tanks like an E-75 can. Now for the crew skills, my crew is in the IS-7 at the moment. The most important ones are preventative maintenance and safe stowage, as the IS-8, safe stowage on the loader, as the IS-8 is prone to getting ammo racked and set on fire from shots to the front of the tank. Other useful skills, Sixth Sense and repairs, they're pretty good and pretty much essential to every tank you play. And also give some thought to clutch braking and off-road driving for your driver. I believe clutch braking is also on the driver as well. Whoops. Yes. Just to speed up the ability to travel with medium tanks in the IS-8. Now, if we take a look, here are my final stats for the IS-8 before moving on to the IS-7. Surprisingly doing better than the E-75, but not as many epic games, as I got to the E-100 from the E-75 22 games before I did with the IS-8 to the IS-7. But not too bad. Actually got steel walls somehow. Surprising. Now for some gameplay. The map is Westfield, and I'm heading north, as I don't think I can make it to the eastern side of the map where the medium tanks will be. I've spawned too close to the heavy tank area than the medium tank area, and I don't think I'll be able to get there in time. So let's hope this works out. There are 2 artillery, and it's not really small artillery. These guys are quite large, and if their shells hit, I'll be in big trouble. Okay, so moving forward, I will be heading to this, I don't know if you can call it a corner, but it's an area where you fight on it like it as if it was a corner, and we'll see what I can do, or what I can spot at least. Here we go, E-75. So far that's it. I'm not even sure I spotted that. It could be the Carnarvon over there. So here we go. One shot in. Yeah, I don't think that was my spot, because I wouldn't spot it until now. And the lack of gun depression is kind of noticeable. I don't know why that Borsig was over there. You are not able to take a hit from an E-75 without taking much damage. Let's see if I can get another hit. And no, did not take long enough to aim there. And T110E5 has also shown up. I guess that would have been a better shot, and that's what I'm thinking about right now. And somehow I have accidentally pushed the 2 key, and I've started loading premium rounds. Don't think I noticed this when I was playing the game. but the side of a T110E5 does not require the use of heat rounds. So yeah, that shot there might have not gone through if I was using regular armor-piercing rounds, but I don't think I'll be taking too many shots like that. Anything else? And the E-75 has decided to turn around and we'll get the Carnarvon, I guess? Not really a smart move. But I don't think these guys realize that it's just me and a Borsig over here. So I am reversing right now to stay out of the 50-meter auto spot range for the T110E5. Fire a shot and I missed it, unfortunately. And that one went right through. I wasn't really expecting to bounce any shots, but I did align my tank to maximize the armor if I could. And there you go, the second shot in and my ammo rack is damaged. So watch out for that. Let's see if we can take out this E-75. That's a pretty narrow shot, and it's not that great of an accuracy. Whoops. Borsig was over there. And again. Jeez. Alright. Carnarvon took him out. Okay, and we have had a decisive victory in the town. Doesn't look like we're doing too well on the eastern side, however, as there's just a single Centurion 1 over there. There was a Waffentrager E100, and I am taking the route to not get exposed to fire too early on. And of course the Borsig has already gone in this direction, so it doesn't look like he was spotted. Let's see if I can get a shot here. Normally, if I had a faster reloading tank, I would have switched to HE immediately. And as you can see, I did switch to HE after my first round went through, and it is no longer required as, well, anyways, a high explosive round to one of these Waffentrager tank destroyers will completely destroy it in terms of modules. Well, maybe destroy it, but it should deal quite a lot of damage to the modules, the crew, and also give you an extra bit of damage, as the high explosive rounds do usually damage the tank more than regular armor piercing rounds. Borsig's going down. Let's see what he can spot. Nothing. Oh, here we go. An E50M. Not too bad. And the Carnarvon is moving forward. And soon I will make my move. Here we go. I'm making my move. And unfortunately, the Carnarvon actually has cover over there, and I don't. Didn't expect that. And he's not even shooting at the E50M. He's shooting at artillery, I believe. And I already used my repair kit on the ammo rack, so I'm stuck here for a little bit, and that's why repairs are actually quite useful. Artillery comes in, takes the kill, and there, well, alright. Object 430 version 2 is dead as well, just the artillery left. And there it is. And I managed the final 90 damage there. 1,108 points of experience earned, 2 kills, 4,461 points of damage done to the enemy, 14 shots fired, 12 hit, 11 penetrations. This is also with 6 heat rounds that I fired, 39,000 credits used on ammunition. But I did get 33,800 credits earned, with a premium account, non-premium 5,522. I did lose a little bit of credits for damaging that Borsig when I reversed into him by accident. Let's see, damage only 1 bounce for the IS-8, so not too great. On to the next game. Here is the final game for this video and for the IS-8. This is the last one before I unlock the IS-7, and the map is Windstorm. There are a few tier 10 tanks. Well, there's actually quite a lot of tier 10 tanks. I am worried about the artillery. There's 2 of them. One of them is a fast-firing one, the other one is a hugely damaging one. So both speak untold misery to an IS-8 driver, especially when you stop for a little bit. I'm seeing a lot of heavy tanks going down to the southeastern side of the map. And I'm gonna go over here, see what I can spot. Down of this, it's not really an alleyway, it's just a lane, I suppose. Waiting for the Jagdpanzer E100. And is there anything over there? Oh, E100. Take a quick snapshot. Did not penetrate. So the E100, well, the German heavy tanks are some of the exceptions when firing this cannon. It does take some aiming to penetrate them. And it looks like the Jagdpanzer E100 missed. That's unfortunate. Let's see what it can... Yeah, that's not gonna go through. And he's backing off. So it doesn't look like there's anybody else over there, and I'm thinking right now there's plenty of tanks over here covering this line. Plenty of deterrence as well. The Jagdpanzer E100 is something that most people don't want to get shot by, not even once. Even if they do have over 2,000 points of health. And it doesn't look like our northern side is going to be doing too well on IS-6 and IS-3. Wait. I see, okay. The IS-6 is platoon with the IS-3, and that is why it's in this game. And I'm moving forward. It doesn't look like the E100 is returning. But just in case, I'm going to turn over in this direction and see if I can confront that M103, which is something that I can take on usually without taking too much damage. And of course, I do get some backup. Maybe. There we go. IS-8 has arrived. I did get spotted there, so that's unfortunate. But we are pushing through slowly. Maybe not. Haven't seen this game in a while, so I would have pushed through if the E100 went as well. But looks like the E100 is going for some flanking damage. E100 has shown up. Let's see if I can get a shot. I tried for a quick snapshot, and it actually did go where I was generally hoping it would, but there was something in the way of the E100's lower plate. M103 is now getting exposed, but one more shot in the E100. There we go. Oh, and I have switched to premium rounds at that point. It didn't look too good for our team. And I wanted to win. M103 is down. Gonna move forward, see what I can provide support for. There we go, a Borsig. Let's get rid of that guy. And I am not switching to explosive rounds because there is another heavy tank over there, and I'm not sure which one is going to be exposed first, either the Borsig or the IS-7? Yeah. I was expecting that shot to penetrate anyway. That was quite a large one. 595 is not something an IS-4 can roll for. Sorry. Yeah, an IS-4 too, because it uses the same cannon. Forsig. And I did bounce the shot. I don't know where that one went, but that was surprising. A T-54. Let's see, there we go, another shot in. And we are winning the city. We are about to, yeah, we just lost the remaining defender near our base. So, time to clean up the city and return to base as fast as possible. And let's help out with this IS-7. I mean, let's help out with taking out this IS-7. Even 100 is coming around, so I'm gonna move forward, try not to get shot at in the back by an A-100, T-54. There we go. He did manage to get a shot in, so I wasn't happy about that. E-100 with heat shells. Oh, I don't know where that shot went. Alright, I'm going to go around the E-100 and let this Jagdpanzer E-100 distract that enemy tank, who has still over 2,000 hit points. And also with his back turned. Okay. And unfortunately we did just lose the rest of our team, really. We're gonna have to take out this E-100. Oh, he's looking. That's not good. Let's get out of the way. Try to use that wreck as some cover. There we go. E-100 decided not to shoot me, which is a good thing. T-57 took him out. While the E-100, the Jagdpanzer E-100, let loose a shot that he probably thought he didn't need to use. And now for the HE shell, because we are getting capped and we've got about a minute left to get back. T-57 and a Jagdpanzer E-100 will definitely not make it, and I'm the only one that will probably make it just in time. So here's hoping that there isn't a T-30, an IS-8, and an AMX 1390 ready and waiting to destroy me as I get spotted. And this is a very tense moment. I don't know where that IS-3 is. I don't know if he's hiding behind something, because if he is hiding behind that bit of supply boxes over there, I would not be able to hurt it with an HE shell. It doesn't look like he's there. There he is. And that's the HE shell, straight back to armor piercing rounds, and I actually absorb a shot with my left track. Here we go. One more shot, and then another one, and he's dead. Unfortunately, a T-57 does get taken out by the IS-3, and the Jagdpanzer E-100 gets taken out by a T-30. So, not looking too good anymore. I'm down to, what is that? Half health? Less than half health? T-30 is over there. I do not want to mess with the T-30 at the moment. I don't know where that IS-8 was. There's the T-30, and I have no idea how that shot bounced. So I'm in trouble now. One shot on that T-30 is going to destroy me, and of course the artillery hits me, and then the T-30 hits me. But this T30 is not equipped with the gigantic 155mm cannon, so that's lucky for me. Or maybe he was using HE, and I just dodged a shot from artillery by letting the T30 take it. So there we go. I was happy about that, and one of the only times that I express myself in-game chat. Now, this is not looking too good for me. Already used the repair kit, already used the first aid, and I'm on 113 health, which an HE shell from an IS-8 can take me out with that. I'm not looking too forward to this. And of course, I don't have too much experience in doing this in an IS-8. Usually I die before it gets to this point. But it looks like the 1390 is AFK. So let's make sure that artillery can't get a shot on me, and taking him out. Where is that IS-8? Over there! Great. So this is not looking too good. There's an IS-8 over there. I'm pretty much stuck here. And I bounced. How the hell did that happen? So I'm switching to an HE round. I am moving around a little bit, trying not to get hit by artillery, but I did. So not too happy about that. 1,122 points of experience earned, 5,438 damage done to the enemy, 20 shots fired, 17 hit, 14 penetrations, and I bounced one shot, 6 penetrations, and of course that one shot that I bounced was 1,500 damage, so I'm not sure what I bounced. It could have been the artillery maybe, but there you go. Credits earned 106,700 on a premium account, 57,000 on a non-premium account, and that actually got me enough experience to reach the IS-7. So that was my last game. I'm looking forward to selling this thing. I didn't really like it too much, so there you go. Thanks for watching. Please press that like button and leave some comments. I'll see you in future videos.